man. Welcome to the Dirty Folks podcast. I am your tolerologist, Dirty Folks, and I want to get right into this, man. Thank y'all for showing up, bro. I'll try to be on time today. I'm gonna pack a lot in a short period of time, man. I want to be out of here in like 40 minutes, but it's a lot of information, and all this is about a goddamn flag, nigga. Everything I'm about to say has to do with the fact that I don't like the Juneteenth flag. True story. So y'all never noticed, but behind me in the background of if I don't have a Tyler motif, you normally see this flag. This is a tribal flag. The tribal flag means something. I'll get to that later. But the Juneteenth flag, I kind of want to say does not, but it does, and it represents you're a goddamn slave, nigga. Everything about you is to remind you that you're a less than, that you're second class, that you're a nothing in the cog of life, and make you not only feel like nothing, but to hate people who want to be something greater if they look like you. It makes you think that you can do what they do by osmosis because you look alike, like they didn't put their 10,000 hours in to become a master of their craft, right? It is a it is a monolithic failure designation, right? To the point that anytime something's dysfunctional, it's the new black, right? Karen's the new black, gay is the new black. Felons are the most celebrated blacks. They'll burn down the nation for them. They'll make the news. You'll do Black Lives Matter parades for felons, not for the 12-year-old boy that got shot by the police in Cleveland, not by the young man who got shot in Walmart because he was playing with a BB gun, not because he was buying a BB gun from Walmart in the toy section and got slain, not for the man with no criminal record who got shot twice in the back simply because they said he owed for child support. And he was like, man, I can't go to jail today. I got to go to work. And he ran and fled and they shot him. Not for those guys. You do it for what's his name? Freddie Gray down in Baltimore, who took a rough ride, 46 felonies. 46 felonies. Died because he was handcuffed in the back of a police van, and he was handcuffed and sitting down. He was too high and too whatever to sit still, so he rolled around on the bottom of the van and broke his own neck. You do it for a fentanyl smoking, pill popping, derelict, deadbeat dad, 18-time felon who was getting arrested for counterfeit money. They'll tell you that's black every day. So what do you think about the flag? So I said that because I had a great Juneteenth, by the way. I had a great Juneteenth. Hung out with the Illinois senator. That was my guy before he went to Senate, though. I already know him. Hung out with Senator Willie Preston. Low Mike again. All right. Hold on. I'm over here spitting hot fire. Hot fire. Hot fire. And y'all ain't hear nothing. All right, anyway. I had a great Juneteenth, man. Got to hang out with Senator Willie Preston, but um he was one of the guys before he became senator. When I was going outside, I decided to go outside yesterday. Shout out to me, man. Shout out to me. And that's what I told him. I was like, I'm back outside. Got to hang out with Secretary of State and flipping aficionado Jesse White of, like I said, the Secretary of State and Jesse White tumblers. Shout out to that. They might, we might get the Jesse White tumblers to do a dirty folks no soap commercial, man. We looking into it right now. We had a great conversation about that. So if you see some flipping ass niggas on your timeline talking about some deodorant, we did that shit. We did that shit. Anyway, Had a great day. Left there, went in the hood, had a picnic with the guys. Great music. I had a great Juneteenth. My guy calls me um this morning to say he had a decent Juneteenth and was like, but yo, he's like, I didn't see any flags. Excuse me. He was like, I didn't see any flags. He's like, everybody's celebrating Juneteenth, but where's the Juneteenth flags? And this is my same homie that told me that the only way you can be a real tribe is if you have a flag and a beer, nigga, and a beer. You need both, right? You need a national flag and a national beer. And I was like, yo, bro, at least it was beer out there. And he was like, yo, I ain't see no flags. And I was like, I hate that flag. The flag is dumb. He was like, I like the flag. I'm like, yo, I hate the flag. The flag don't mean nothing. And then that's how we start the deep dive about what the Juneteenth flag means. But before we get to that, all this is about a flag, by the way. Before we get to that, I want to show you guys the psychology or mental illness of the community. I'm gonna tie this into it. It's gonna make sense when I finish, bro. It's gonna make perfect sense on how this has to do with the flag. Even though she ain't gonna say shit about the flag, but let's go.
Fell for the okie doke. I was bamboozled. I was fooled. I grew up during a time when it was encouraged that women be independent. You know, have your own this, have your own that. You don't need a man. You're strong. And we fell for it. A lot of us fell for it. But I remember talking to a gentleman, even back then, he was trying to explain to me how he did not think that that was going to work out for me so well. And I kind of just chuckled because, I was living my life. Ha! You know what I'm saying? But he talked about an elevator. He was like, it's like an elevator. When you go in the elevator, it tells you the maximum capacity that that elevator is meant to hold. He said it doesn't mean that if you put more weight on it than it was made to hold, that it's going to break down immediately. But over a period of time, there's going to be a whole lot of wear and tear and a whole lot of maintenance issues. And it probably won't live the lifespan that the engineer intended it to have. Just like women, he said. It doesn't mean that you can't carry the weight for a short period of time, but what it does mean is that you were not intended to carry the weight for a long period of time. And when you do, you're going to have maintenance issues. You're going to have a lot of wear and tear, and you might not even have the lifespan that you could have had if you didn't carry all that weight. And I think about that now. I think about all the stories I hear where women are talking about how tired. Yes, I fell for the okie doke.
She fell for the okie doke. She fell for the lies. She fell for the propaganda. She fell for the 1980s song. You gotta have a J-O-B if you wanna be with me. I don't want no scrubs. All that, right? She fell for the propaganda. And now, she's still cute, but as she gets toward the wall, she's realizing that men were right. But I wanna play. Wait, I wanna get her direct quote.
I was bamboozled. I was fooled. I grew up during a time when it was encouraged that women be independent. Have your own this, have your own that. You don't need a man. You're strong. And we fell for it. A lot of us fell for it. But I remember talking to a gentleman, even back then, he was trying to explain to me how he did not think that that was going to work out for me so well. And I kind of just chuckled because, I was living my life.
Let's pause right there. Men try to tell blacks, because black is for women, gays, and felons. How she feels as a woman, you could be like, oh, women dumb. Black is women. Black is gays, black are felons. If you are a heterosexual man, gainfully employed, no parole officer, you're the white people, the black people. And you can tell people all day the right thing to do, why it's right for them, why sacrificing your Wednesday will make your Friday better. You can tell them all day, but blacks, because women, right, can only think one step ahead. They can't think 3 steps ahead. They don't have a 7-year plan and then a quarterly plan to make an annual plan in order to make that 7-year plan. You can change the world in 7 years. You can change your entire life in 7 years. Collectively, people on the same wavelength can change your entire community in 7 years. So, colors are one dimensional thinkers, right? Like even right now, while I want to do stories about World War III on the precipice and how Biden wants to start it just so he doesn't have to leave office because wartime presidents don't have to leave, and how he is the Manchurian candidate. He is a traitor to America. No matter how much I want to do that content, I know that on the algorithm that colors have on YouTube, everything comes down to relationships and celebrities. You have YouTubers making shows about other YouTubers, nigga. That's just wild to me, bro. Like, I understand it's the small minds think of people type of thing. So, with that being said, motherfuckers out here living their life while everybody else was making plans around them. Everybody else were ants, and the blacks were the only grasshoppers. I saw how the Mexicans came over here in the late 1980s, early 1990s, and it was 8 Mexicans in a Yugo. I don't even know how you fit 8 Mexicans in a Yugo. It was like a fucking clown truck, nigga. 30 years later, people like, damn, black people are like, I'd rather hire a Mexican than a black. Nigga, when I was a kid, we was like, fuck the Mexicans. Now everybody like, I'd rather hire a Mexican than starve out my son and my brother. And Mexicans don't even do a great job, but they're just active. But I digress. So 7 years can change everything. 21 years, you forgot what happened in the beginning of the story. If you under 25 years old, my Mexican analogy went all the way up your head. If you're under 40 years old, then it's a huge possibility that you were never mandated to watch Roots. It's a huge possibility. Because they had to push in the VCR tapes. I'm like in third or fourth grade. They pulling the VCRs in and made the whole school watch Roots. Then you went home and had to. So if you didn't watch Roots on ABC or CBS or whatever, whenever they had the 8-part series, whatever channel that was, as soon as it got on VHS tape, they put it in every school in America to let you niggas know y'all was slaves. It was all part of the propaganda piece. What if I told you that everything that you thought about black is younger than my oldest sister? Definitely younger than my parents, younger than my older sister, way younger than my older cousins, my first cousins, my mama's brother's kids. Everything you know about black, from the fashion to the history to the stories, the lore, the mythology. What if I told you everything you ever thought you were is because when it happened in 1968, people like, that's some bullshit. By 1975, it's part of the lore. By 1985, it's part of your history, your heritage and lineage, whatever. By 2025, you don't even know the origin anymore. What if I told you everything you thought about black culturally is younger than your parents? Well, around the same age as your parents or your grandparents, depending if you, whoever the boomer is in your family, it's younger than that. I'm gonna show you guys something. Like as y'all come in, man. Like as y'all come in. If it's in your heart, man, donate to the daycare. Oh, by the way, let me answer JJ question. Donate to the daycare.
Hey, baby. How much do you need?
Not much. Just enough for a new wig and a BBL.
Can dirty folks get some cash apps too, please, kind sir?
All right, so I promised JJ that I would give him the list of the best toddlers to cuff in 2024. You don't need a passport because no matter where you go, there you are, right? You're a man before you anything. No matter where you go, there you are. But you are looking for other men to give your woman culture because black men are notoriously afraid to love their toddlers correctly.
Daddy, thanked Mama.
You darn tootin' I did.
That means you love her.
That's what I've been trying to tell her.
So if you're looking for another man to raise your future girlfriend for you, here's my list. Number one, don't date any girl with a black mother. I don't care what race she is, nigga. I don't care if she Blaxican and her mama black and her daddy Mexican. No. Maybe the other way around. Mexican mom, black dad. All right, cool. Black mom in any situation. Do not date. Not a swirler, not a mixed chick, not a Blaxican, not what's it, a Malaysian, the black and Asians. Normally though, it's normally black men that get Asian women. Though it's not normally the other way around. But if she so happens to find herself a Jet Li, don't fuck with that kid. So anybody with a black mom, that's out, automatically, right? Now you're looking at non-black choices, right? In America, I would, right? If black mom is the worst, right? Because I don't care what the woman is. If a mom black, that's the worst. The second worst would be Puerto Rican. I got a friend that got a Puerto Rican girl. He like her and all, and she a cool girl. She cool with me because I don't have to date her. You know what I mean? But everybody's kung fu fighting. Like, Puerto Rican girls are notorious on trying to act like black girls, but not be as bad as black girls. So I would not recommend, right? Because they're not really foreigners. They really are Americans. Puerto Rico is a province of America. So they're legal citizens. So they act like it. Same amount of entitlement. And no paternal supervision, right? No patriarchal supervision. Puerto Rican people are not nearly as patriarchal as people imagine, because motherfuckers don't know the difference between Puerto Rican and Mexican until she have a baby and the Mexican turn into a box. You know what I mean? But the best ones, I would say, number one on my list would be Native Americans. If you can find one. Now, they normally like white boys because Native American girls are fully indoctrinated with the American ideology, well, the symbolism. Everything today is about symbolism. The American symbolism of acceptance. Like, Native American women aren't looking for power, right? Black women want powers because they big, burly, broad back butch bitches. But Native American girls are not necessarily looking for power. Hey, Hood say, what? Puerto Rican girls don't call the police after y'all fight. Yeah, that's the difference, bro. That's the difference. Puerto Rican girls, you can't go to sleep around them because they sleep with a knife under the pillow. But they'll fight it. They'll duke it out with you. Puerto Rican girls will duke it out with you. But they won't lose the fight and then call the police. They won't have a dream you cheated, then call the police. They'll have a dream you cheated and then try to cover your face with a pillow, and you better wake your ass up in time to live. But they really don't try to send you to jail like that. That is the saving grace of Puerto Rican girls who act like black girls, but without police. You're absolutely right. So, all right, so you got Native American girls top. That would be my number one choice. Right. Then my second choice would be Midwestern or deep South white girls. I would stay away from the cities, especially if the city got dyke mayors. But I would stay away from cities, right? I would stay away from like any city with more than 150,000 people. Right? It's hard to, there is, if the city has 3 professional sports teams, definitely stay away. Definitely stay away. But if they have 1 pro team, it might be too big. Right? So Chicago has 5 professional sports teams: the Bulls, the Bears, the White Sox, the Cubs, and the Blackhawks. We got 5 teams. Don't get a white girl from Chicago. Same thing with New York. New York got like 7 teams, right? They got the Mets, the Yankees, then they got the Jets and the Giants, then they got the Rangers, then they got the Knicks. That's 6 right there. Like, too big of a city, right? Don't interracially date there. You got to go to a place with 1 or fewer pro teams. So even with that being said, Minnesota's burnt up now because Minnesota has more than one pro team, right? They got the Minnesota Vikings out there in St. Paul, Minneapolis, and then they also have um, the Minnesota Timberwolves, right? When Minnesota was hot in the 1990s, when everybody was going to Minnesota and having babies, and shout out to them, man. Shout out to all my niggas, man, that went out there in like 94 through 97. And y'all don't understand, man. 94 through 97, the minimum wage was $7.50. Minnesota was paying $15.50 to work at White Castle. Like, people were getting menial jobs with high pay, so guys want to start over. They were going to Minnesota. And there was none but white people out there, and there was a white girl, right? In Minnesota, white people not nearly as racist as TV will let you think white people are. But it was 96, 97, they got the Timberwolves. So now they got two pro teams and ain't been the same since, man. I'm just being honest. Right? So stay away from cities with two pro teams. So that leaves the whole state of Iowa, Nebraska. Be careful in Nebraska. Stay around Omaha, but don't stay around the niggas in Omaha, because the niggas in Omaha be cripping and blooding. And for some fucking reason, they like to hang around a goddamn Greyhound station like they some stick-up niggas. Fuck them niggas. I had the misfortune of having a layover in Omaha one day because there was too much fog in Chicago, so we had to land. I was coming from Cali. I had to land in Omaha and then catch. They had a charter bus to take you to the Greyhound. It was like you could spend the night at the airport or you can catch the bus home. I'm like, I catch the bus, nigga. I ain't trying to be. And when you come out them cornfields, because Nebraska is corn. Once you come, matter of fact, the airport is in the middle of a cornfield. That shit's crazy. And once you come out the cornfield, it's a Greyhound bus station right there, and everybody got on red or blue or some shit. You was born in Omaha, so you know what the fuck I'm talking about, bro. Y'all let these motherfucking Cali niggas come out there with an Ice Cube CD and flip the whole city. Now everybody blood. It's crazy. Anyway, so stay away from the hood. But Nebraska in general, cool. Iowa, cool. The home of the Klan, Indiana, cool. Right? If you want to go deep south, ironically enough, Mississippi, cool, except the girls look like they all do meth. So I don't recommend Mississippi, right? But Alabama, Arkansas, anything west of the Mississippi until you get to the West Coast. So don't do California or Washington State or Oregon. Don't do things on the coast, right? And kind of stay away from Texas too if you can. But anything like Kansas or Oklahoma or get your white girl from there. Like homegrown white girl. That'd be number two. Number one to be Native American. Number two would be where farms are, American white girl. Make sure you don't go to a sundown town though, right? Number three would be a Mexican, an Americanized Mexican though. Not a she has to be at least a third generation Mexican. Because you want her to have the patriarchal structure, but not have the attachment to her motherland, right? So that there's that, right? Ain't not hard to find. If they sell gorditas out of a food truck, don't fuck with them. They ain't been here long enough. It's easy, right? You got to figure it out. Go to a community college or something. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. A museum, find one. So Mexicans that's been here at least 3 generations, that will work. Shit, that's about it. Stay away from liberal places, right? You don't want a girl who likes black people just because they black. You want a person that like you for you. If you do that, you'll be all right. Don't go around them liberal places where they think that black men are pets, which is why I did. If you want a Native American, North and South Dakota. If you want a white girl, they'll fuck you, but they think you're pets. But white people love their pets though, so maybe go for it, bro. I ain't gonna lie. White girl gave me a house in Sioux Falls. My man's just talking about that shit yesterday. I bopped the girl off MySpace and she gave me a townhouse in Sioux Falls. Shout out to that. You know what I'm saying? So there's that, right? Anyway, so that's it, man. That's the top 3, bro. Native Americans, Just know the Native American wants to act like a white girl. She'll dye her hair blonde. She'll change her name. Her original name would be like Eagle Claw, and she'll say it's Johnson or some shit like that. Like they don't want to be Native American, but since they emulate white girls instead of black girls, you'll be all right. You'll be all right. Then next in line would be white girls from like home, what they call it, heartland white girls, and then third would be third generation Mexicans. Everybody else don't even worry about it. The Asians don't really like you like that. If you get an Asian girl, you'll have a pretty baby, but you might not ever get to raise it because Asian girls who fuck with niggas is not, they not about that life, bro. You don't want them unless your name is fucking Earl Woods and you about to have a tiger. Kind of leave them alone. Those are your top three. So yeah, I promise you that. So there you go. There you go. When we try, but bro, all we gonna have is beige babies, nigga. All we having is beige babies. I'm going straight to the orphanages of all the poor cities in America, nigga, and scooping orphan bitches for y'all, bro. Goddamn it, man. I'm telling you, I got you. No family bitches are the best bitches. Anyway, I digress. So, back to my flag rant. All right, so side rant to my flag rant. I be ranting on my rant. I rant on rant, nigga. Rant on rant. I tell y'all all the time, when women do something, they name the woman. When men do something, they name the thing. Right? Joker say, what about white guys that look for black women? I don't trust them, bro. If he just want to do a slave fantasy, that's cool, man. Choke her out, put her in your dungeon, whatever, if it's his sexual. But if he marry her, or he like, this my girlfriend, and go in public with her, I don't trust that motherfucker either, bro. I don't trust nobody that take a black woman seriously, bro. Anyway, as the story progresses up. So when black women do something, they name the woman. When black men do something, they name the thing. I tell y'all that all the time. Use the Madam C.J. Walker example all the time versus Black Wall Street, which is really O.W. Gurley. They never give the man credit. Juneteenth is no different because your entire history is based on whatever the black women tell you, right? Let's check this happy-go-lucky story right here out from Good Day, New York.
In Chelsea with more on how New Yorkers are recognizing the day. Hello, Crystal.
Good morning. Good morning. Well, this is a federal holiday largely due to a woman named Opal Lee, who is from Texas.
I'm just pausing for effect. Juneteenth is all about Opal Lee, gentlemen. Opal Lee. A black woman named Opal Lee from Galveston, Texas. Put a pin in that. We're gonna get back to Opal. Let's check it out.
Opal Lee, who is from Texas, she would hold these walks that were 2.5 miles to commemorate the 2.5 years that slaves did not realize they were free in Texas until Juneteenth. And finally, in 2021, all of her efforts as an activist and a teacher came to fruition when she stood by President Biden's side as he turned Juneteenth into the 11th U.S.
Activist and a teacher. Let me just pause there real quick. I missed that the first time. An activist and a teacher. That means all she's teaching your kids how to do is hate whitey and suck dick. That's it, nigga. Your kids still can't read. That's her fucking job. Her job ain't to tell you that you was a slave and how to suck dick. Her job is to tell you how to do your arithmetic and how to read and write at a grade proficient level. Fuck. I hate these hoes. Anyway.
Federal holiday. She's an amazing woman that I got a chance to meet 2 years ago when she wrote a book on Juneteenth, and she was speaking to school children in Brooklyn. So Juneteenth definitely has a lot of deep history. Earlier, the mayor spoke about what Juneteenth means to him and to the city. So let's take a listen to that.
Because that's what Juneteenth is about. It's about resiliency. It's about audacity.
Wait, let's pause right there. Juneteenth is not about being resilient or being audacious. Juneteenth is about being on color people time, nigga. Juneteenth is about being free for 2.5 years before you find out. And you were still late for work that day, nigga. That's what Juneteenth is about. Juneteenth is about niggas being late for everything. I don't know how you got audacity and all that shit from it. Juneteenth is about never being on time. But I digress.
It's about never surrendering. It's about not giving up.
I was trying to see if he was going to say something about reparations. Because, Juneteenth is also about reparations. Let the colors tell it. Let's talk about Opal. And once again, bro, I have nothing against Opal. I'm sure she's probably a beautiful person. She's in a gang. She in Zeta Phi Beta. She a sorority chick. You know what I'm saying? She gang banging and everything, man. Shout out to gang banging. Opal Lee got a master's degree and then came back and was a teacher until 1977. And somewhere between 1977 and 1979. Okay, say right here. My bad. 1976. Okay. Wait. How the fuck? Right here it said retired in 1977. Right here it said retired in 1976. Shout out to Black Women Can't Count. Girl math. Ladies and gentlemen, girl math. Girl math. And they get mad when men don't know his anniversary day, nigga. Motherfuckers don't even know when they quit their job. All right, anyway, here we go. In 1977, more or less, she helped organize Fort Worth annual Juneteenth celebration. She helped organize it. She didn't start it. She was a community organizer. I'll tell you why that's important, what the difference is in a minute. Here's the thing. She is being called, and I think it said it up here, the grandmother. Hold on, let me find it real quick. Because it just blew my mind. Let me see it real quick. Maybe I pass it up. Oh, here it is right here. I'm going to show y'all right here. Opal Lee is an American retired teacher and activist in the movement to make Juneteenth a federally recognized holiday. She is often described as the grandmother of Juneteenth, right? The grandmother of Juneteenth, which gives the impression that she was one of the founding people to push Juneteenth. That would be the implication based on word association, that she had a passion and she went out here like Johnny Appleseed, just dropping seeds of Juneteenth all around the nation. All around the nation. Once again, really? All right. Once again, her quest for that began in either 1976 or 1977. Grandma. Because when women do something, they name the woman. When men do something, they name the thing. Let me show you something. This is a organization in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Juneteenth, the day for celebration and reflection. Blah, 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 blah. I'm going to go around here. This will be a very commonplace thing, and we're going to talk about this too. They had the March on Milwaukee in 1967 about black housing. They had the March for Poor People in 1968 in Washington, D.C., right? Neither one of these things had to do with Juneteenth. It had to do with blah blah blah. I want to show you something real quick. Where is it at? It says somewhere. Of course, all they're gonna show is women though, because only women and children matter. You heterosexual and gainfully employed, you are not black. I keep telling y'all that. They tell y'all that in their photos, bro. Somewhere on here where I can't find it now. This was in 1972. I don't know, where is it at? That's what I'm looking for. Here it is. It is documented in Milwaukee. The first Juneteenth celebration was organized by Northcutt Neighborhood House and held on June 19th, 1972. Either 5 or 6 years before the young lady in Texas. It makes sense for a woman from Fort Worth, Texas to be the brand ambassador. But what I'm showing is there was already a movement to do such before she decided to take a walk. A 2.5-mile power walk. People like, that's crazy. That's wild. 2.5 miles. You had to run anywhere between 1 to 5 miles in high school for gym, depending on how many times your teacher made you run that quarter-mile track. 2.5 miles walking really ain't that much. I'm not disrespecting what she did. I'm just saying women can do the most menial things and they'll prop it up like this is the most amazing shit. You know what I mean? I pay my own bills. I take care of my own kids. I cook. I wash my own ass. Women get credit for the simplest shit. She got credit for taking a power walk. Shout out to her. (1972). Here's the crazy part about this though. So now I'll go through a rabbit hole. The rabbit hole for the Northcutt Neighborhood House. Now I'll hop the rabbit hole, y'all. So I looked it up. I wanted to know who was the founder of the Northcutt Neighborhood House, because once again, you know my theory. When a woman does it, they name the woman. When a man does it, they name the thing, right? So Northcutt Neighborhood House is the thing. It's the brand. It's the logo. I'm like, yo, I bet you, because it would have said a woman. If it was a woman, they say Northcutt, because I'm pretty sure it was a man. So check this out. Where's his name? The founder of Northcutt Neighborhood House is a gentleman by the name of Ray Richardson. A black guy by the name of Ray Richardson. Ray Richardson was recruited by Father Gutman to the neighborhood house in 1950 and served as director from 1960 to 1987. So Ray Richardson in Milwaukee started the Juneteenth in Milwaukee. It actually started even before then, but in Milwaukee. Two things that you need to know. Number one, Ray Richardson was a black man. And number two, Father Gutman is your owner, nigga. Your overseer, baby. Look. So I want to show you something real quick. Show you something. This is how easily they changed and erased black men from history with a control F. Watch this. This is the history. This is the Neighborhood House of Milwaukee official website, their official history page. But when you click it, page not available. They have erased their founder from history. What you're looking at is the old, what they call it, the crawling bot thing, the crawl bots. You're looking at old information that's stuck on the internet, but that page no longer exists. He has been wiped away from history. Don't think that I didn't go to there about us and all that shit. Look, it's not there. He is not mentioned anywhere. I'll show you though. I'll click about us. Watch this. About us history, right? The history about us. They have a video. What's so crazy? They have two history things. They have a video, and that's it. They have another about us on history. I have to watch this. What's this? We're gonna go to the other about us. Watch this. This is the second one right here. They tell you the vision. They show you some more black people. I know they not black. Hey, they snuck in some colonizers. That's what's up. Scroll through it. There is no mention of Ray. Ray is no longer part of their founding, of their organization, of their origin. He's a race eradicated from history. Cool. But he got the plug from Father Reinhard Gutmann. Y'all want to see his picture? Let's see his picture. Can't see his picture. You know why? Father Reinhard Gutmann no longer exists. Let's go back though, because they had a picture of him, obviously. I'm not even. I'll tell you what happened. But at this point, they're trying to erase the history of the Semites that ran the coloreds that gave you your story. That's what you're looking at right now.
Hell no, to the no.
You're looking at damage control. Because everything you think is black is younger than your parents or grandparents, depending on shit. If your parents are Gen X, probably younger than your parents. Because I got Gen X cousins that's younger than us. Younger than your parents and or grandparents. And all funded and marketed by the Semites. I'm getting to the flag. I'm getting to the flag because the flag is my beef. I just want to tell you how we got here. So, Black Man Ray got some money from Jew Boy Gutmann and say, man, this is what we gonna do. We gonna tell you your story and we gonna make you do this. So, how did Juneteenth become a thing? Because Juneteenth was never a thing before. You understand that, right? Like when Juneteenth wasn't a thing when I was a kid. Nobody celebrated it, right? Juneteenth wasn't a thing. Definitely when my parents were kids, it didn't even exist. When my parents grew up and their heyday was the 1960s, which means, you know, they were adolescents in the 1950s, there was no Juneteenth. It's made this shit up. And my parents, your grandparents possibly, just ain't shit like a motherfucker and just let them kept rolling with this shit, right? Didn't even have the courtesy or consideration to tell you it's bullshit. Didn't tell you roots was bullshit. Didn't tell you goddamn man, Juneteenth was bullshit. They just let shit go like, oh, well, you know, if the liberals said it, it got to be true. MK Ultra ass generation. Anyway, I want to introduce you guys to the Poor People Campaign. But before I do, man, this section right here is sponsored by me, Dirty Folks, because the show ain't got no sponsors. That's what's up, goddammit. Low key though, man, y'all need to get this money with me, man. Find a local store in your neighborhood, like a mom and pop spot, man. We'll fund it. You know what I'm saying? We'll supply it and we'll cut you in. We'll cut you in if we can get. Cause I don't mind. I love the fact that y'all support me, man. Salute to y'all, bro. But I don't get any of that shipping money, man. They go to the United States Postal Service. I'd rather you guys just get it direct from consumer right locally to you, man. If y'all know a spot y'all like to go to, man, Drop a dime on us, bro. We got you. We'll give you a referral fee. Anyway, back to this. So the Poor People's Campaign. Let me make sure it's sped up because people talk too slow. All right, let's go.
The Poor People's Campaign.
That's a little bit too fast. Motherfuckers talk slow, but they don't talk that slow.
In November of 1967, Martin Luther King Jr. and his Southern Christian Leadership Conference decided to undertake the Poor People's Campaign in an attempt to demand economic justice for the nation's poor.
We read one day, we hold these truths to be self-evident.
You know, Martin's a great speaker. Probably one of the top 5 orators ever. It's like Malcolm, Martin, Barack, Tupac do hot interviews. Like, it's not that many great speakers. He's definitely one, but I don't feel like hearing the speech. I want you guys to understand that the Poor People movement, the Poor People's Campaign, was something that was going on independent of the Civil Rights Movement. Martin came over
After King's
to fuck with these people, which they wanted the national recognition. They were happy that MLK came, I assume, but at some point he started engulfing other smaller groups in order to bring them in, and they say it's a coalition, but it was not a coalition. It was suppression to make sure that the gays and the Semites that funded MLK stayed on top of colored men trying to do their own thing and achieve their own power. Right? So,
unjust assassination on April 4th, 1968, which led to widespread rioting in most major American cities. King's longtime friend and fellow civil rights activist, Reverend Ralph Abernathy, stepped in to fulfill King's vision of a mass protest on...
Let me pause it right here. This man right here, if y'all know his name, y'all could drop it in the comments. This dashiki wearing, James Evans haircut having, cocaine nose looking gentleman right here created Juneteenth, baby. He is the orchestrator, the arbiter of not only Juneteenth, but two rebrands. The Poor People's Campaign was for coloreds. He made them blacks. Then after he made them blacks, he made the Mexicans browns. But the Mexicans don't call themselves browns. The Mexicans call themselves Mexicans, nigga. Because once you have a flag and a beard, you're not regulated to a goddamn crayon. So after he made the motherfucker black, he took y'all motherfuckers off the continent and made you African American. Now you're African. First you was just fucking black. You was a crayon. Now you're African. So now instead of looking for your history, who your daddy was and who your daddy's daddies was, you go into imaginary fucking pharaohs in fucking tribalism in a place you'll never be, in a land far, far away. This is some Star Wars shit. This motherfucker gave toddlers a fairy tale, and everybody got imaginary tea in their teacups because this motherfucker, man. Y'all know his name, y'all could drop it. This motherfucker, man, gets on my nerves to no end. Anyway, so homie right here gave you Juneteenth in 1968, which means the first place to, the first places, plural, to promote Juneteenth was Chicago, New York, and then the associated places close to it. Texas wasn't even the first place to celebrate Juneteenth, even though it happened in Texas. It's in Texas logbooks. Texas recognized it, but they didn't celebrate it first. They didn't celebrate it first. Yo, in this particular case, though, he might not want to take credit for this, though. I don't know, man. He take credit for every motherfucking thing else, but he might not want to take credit for this. But anyway,
Reverend Ralph Abernathy, stepped in to fulfill King's vision of a mass protest on Washington, D.C., while the Reverend Jesse Jackson stepped in as city manager to what would become known as Resurrection City. Busloads of a broad coalition of Native Americans, white, Latino, and African Americans began arriving into the district on May the 12th, 1968, occupying the 15-acre makeshift tent city near the Lincoln Memorial and the Washington Monument, holding daily protests against federal lawmakers' dogged inaction on poverty. For the next 6 weeks, some 2,700 protesters endured harsh living conditions.
Let me pass through this. Scoot up a little bit. See if you can see this image real quick.
Abernathy and King's widow, Coretta Scott King.
Coretta Scott King, this was part of the man fuck too. Martin got killed in April. They had the march in June of 1968. This is the day that Coretta Scott King was hand in hand with Margaret Sanger and said, man, that women's rights are the new black rights. At this parade right here, my nigga. You already know how I feel about that shit.
Hey, y'all! Masters are coming! He's coming, y'all! Masters are coming! Here we go! Look, guys,
This ain't the day that black became for women, gays, and felons, but this is the day it definitely became official. I'm gonna show you why they were trying to take over the ideology. And once you got, you know what? I am gonna play it from right here. I want you guys to see something real quick.
For the next 6 weeks, some 2,700 protesters endured harsh living conditions, including rain, mud, heat, and high humidity, as well as frequent clashes with police. The beleaguered demonstration culminated with the Poor People's March of June 19, 1968, with an estimated 50,000 people in attendance, including speeches by Vice President Hubert Humphrey, Democratic presidential candidate Eugene McCarthy, Abernathy, and King's widow, Coretta Scott King. Distracted by ongoing racial tensions and the Vietnam War, the Poor People's Campaign came to an end on June 24th, when a 36-day permit terminated the demonstrators' legal right of assembly, and when 500 protesters refused to vacate their soggy encampment. Authorities used tear gas to disperse the
something, man. I want to show you some of the people that were there. Which led to the problems that they were having. Maybe it was a different video I saw. So some of the people that were there were because they also had something called the tent campaign that got them to DC. That was a Southern thing, but I don't feel like showing too much historical. I'm already gonna get the laugh for that one, but it is what it is. Huey P. Newton was there. A lot of people were there, bro. I can't remember everybody because I remember saying, I was like, I'm gonna show y'all. Like, that was the whole thing. They were trying to get Martin Luther King to stop the Black Panthers from being the Black Panthers. They were trying to stop the Black Pea Stone Rangers from being the Black Pea Stone Rangers, right? Because before they were Black Stones and became a gang, the Black Pea Stone Rangers was really, like most black quote-unquote gangs, started off as protecting their communities from crooked cops and things of that nature. And that they used MLK to squash that. And then they switched tactics, because you know you can't give men credit for nothing. And they made it about women. And they made the black woman the overseer and the watchdog for the colored man. They made these bitches your ops. That you could occasionally fuck every once in a while though. You can fuck your oppressor. When you say fuck the man, when you fucking Keisha, you fucking the man, nigga. It is what it is, you know. Anyway. So. One of the things that they did during the hold on, let me go back. Let me go back to the other one. Let's show you what I'm talking about. Now we'll come back to either I got these things out of order. I'm pretty sure I just got them out of order. I do have them out of order. It don't matter. We're gonna keep it moving. We gonna do it live. We gonna do it live. Look, so we finally get to the flag. The flag that I don't like because I think the flag's stupid. But my friends like it, and that counts for something. But they ain't buy one. Niggas say they like it, they ain't buy one. This is the Juneteenth flag. My biggest argument with my dude was, number one, I'm not a big fan of 5-point stars. Number one. Number two, I didn't like it, and I didn't know what it meant. I'm like, yo, a flag has to mean something. It has to mean something or it's meaningless. So, we looked it up. We looked it up to find out what the flag symbolism meant, right? And this is what we came up with. So apparently, first thing is the star, right? So the star in the middle of the flag has a dual meaning. On one hand, the lone star is meant to represent Texas. Nigga, I ain't from fucking Texas, bro. Fuck that Texas shit. I'm not from Texas. Why does my flag have to represent? Never mind that. So the first reason is to represent Texas, a Lone Star state, but also the freedom of enslaved citizens, which makes no sense. It's either Texas or not, because they was already free. Texas just late. Anyway, the second reason is it represents the North Star that helps slaves escape freedom. Escape to freedom. My bad. So, the star itself means Texas, which I'm not against. Texas, I wouldn't go. But in slavery, right? The North Star for slavery. Everything about this motherfucking slave. This is your symbolism. Symbolism of slavery. Okay, cool. The outline around the star, right? So the outline is inspired by a nova, which is an explosion in space that creates the appearance of a new star. In this instance, it represents both being free and a new beginning for Black Americans. So being free from what? Slavery. So now we're talking about the star outside the star. This means you a slave trying to escape. This star right here means you blew up. You blew the fuck up, nigga. Blew the fuck up. And now you're a free slave, which makes no sense because it looked like the slave is trapped inside of the freedom. But don't worry about that shit. Don't worry about that shit. I don't like it. I'm gonna hate on it because I'm a hater, but I don't like it, period, though. Okay, so the next part is the bottom half of the flag is red and shaped in an arc, which has a similar meaning to the white outline around the star. The curve is to represent a new horizon. A new horizon from what? Motherfucking slavery, nigga. Slave again, nigga. We triple slaved up in this bitch. Triple slaved up. And we just at the curve. We ain't even got to the colors yet. What the colors mean. Alright, let's check it out. We 3D slave in this bitch already, though. Okay. They don't even say nothing about the color, so the color don't mean shit. It don't mean blue for the water or red for the blood, none of that shit. It's just red, white, and blue because America red, white, and blue, and everything represented in this bitch is about slavery. Alright. Slave flag. No wonder nobody got this bullshit, bro. Niggas just barbecuing the slavery. That's hot in the street. Just 3D slavery. So I said to myself, yo, because this is about the flag. We finally got to the flag part. Because at this point, because Miss Lee is the face of Juneteenth, right? You would think she made the flag, right? Or you think she would be the most known protester? You would think besides marching, she was negotiating instead of just asking. You would think she was trying to make it happen, making representation. Nah, because girls don't do shit like that. So I'm like, who created this ugly ass flag? And this is where we go with that. And the shit is out of order. The flag, the design of the flag was created. Why had it in my order? By a guy by the name of Ben Haith. Hassey? My nigga name Hassey? That's crazy. Hassey Benjamin Haith. I see why they call him Ben Haith. I wouldn't let him call me Hassey either, dog. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I'm gonna call him Ben. Hassey Benjamin Haith. That's crazy. Also known as Boston Ben. Boston Ben is a much better nickname. Much better nickname. An American activist from Boston, Massachusetts. He's been one of those. He's been an activist since the 1980s. He wanted to be in political office. Whoa. I want to go down here. In 1997, 20 years after the grandma of Juneteenth. He been doing Juneteenth celebrations though since like the early 80s. Like she did it before him. He started in like 1980. So she had 3 years on him as far as marching, getting cardio. Man, trying to hear that shit. Shout out to my nigga Console. Red always mean blood. Somebody got to die for a motherfucker to change your history. Anyway, so he had been marching since 1980. 1997, he came up with the slave shit. And this is very important. I want y'all to see this. I gotta make it bigger. I want y'all to see this particular part right here. That's really important. Haith designed the Juneteenth flag in 1997, and in 2000, after the addition of the text June 19, 1865, he copyrighted the design. So, at this point, you would think that Boston Ben owns, not Juneteenth, but owns the logo, the name and likeness of Juneteenth, right? You would think this black man created it, and every time you buy a flag, he get paid, and that's good black business. Shout out to that. If you don't know shit else, man, you know that shit wrong, nigga. You know it's a plot. Real quick, man, I want to give a shout out to hold on, man. I want to give a shout out to Brad, man, for the $5 cash app. He said, for any thoughts on Indian American females. Bro, you late to the show, my nigga. You late to the show. I had a whole speech about Native American women, like, at the intro of the show, bro. When it's over, man, go back. I chose the top 3. Native Americans were on the list, though. So, but salute to you, bro. I got to get my taco shit back. Salute to you, bro.
I'm going to drop a dime quarter, a whole change purse, a Chuck E. Cheese token. I'm dropping all that shit. Don't give a fuck.
Happy, happy, joy, joy. 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 Happy, happy, joy, joy, joy.
Man. And shout out to the homie Console for the $5 cash out, man. Gratitude, sir. I appreciate you, bro. Anyway, he don't own Juneteenth. You know who owns Juneteenth? Let's experience this together. The Juneteenth flag was a quote-unquote collaborative effort, quote-unquote, between Boston Ben and Laura Jean Graff.
Hell no. To the no, no, no.
Do I have to tell you that Laura Jean Graff is a Semite woman? Do I have to mention that? So let's go through this. The Juneteenth flag. Let me make it a little bit bigger for y'all. Because niggas don't own nothing that niggas nigger. Niggas don't own no niggerish nigga shit, bro. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Because y'all don't support y'all shit. When black people do something, you call it ghetto. The Semites got to come through, polish, and repackage, then resell your shit to you for you to accept it. 20-inch rims on a box Chevy with a chameleon paint job, ghetto. Factory 20-inch rims on a Ford Aerostar with TVs in the back that they promote for you to have your kids watch TV, American, right? American inspired. Motherfuckers been doing that shit since like 1988. But it went into 2002 when they put 20-inch motherfucking stars on a Ford Aerostar. Oh, 20-inch rims, okay. Niggas be trend setting for nothing. Because y'all don't believe in y'all trends. Which is why they're trends. That's why you do something for a summer and it's gone. If you're good, you get 3 years, maybe. Nobody break dance anymore. Mexicans still break. Asians still break dancing. Y'all don't love y'all so. Anyway, as I digress, right? So, the Juneteenth flag was designed by Boston Ben. People who contributed to the process were Verlene Hines. Do I have to tell you what Hines is? Do I have to tell you what ethnic group Hines come from? Oh, never mind. Azim. Do I have to tell you what Azim is? No, never mind. And Elliot Designs. Do I have to tell you what type of name Elliot is? Do I? Kind of make me wonder, did Ben come up with it in the first place? Now I'm confused. Is Ben the front man? Verlene Hines, Jewish girl. Azim, Jewish guy. He probably gay too. And Elliot is definitely a Jew name. All the great actors back in the day was named Elliot. And one black guy from Boston. That's crazy. Sounds like a front man to me. I don't think that black people made their own piece of black culture. I don't think that. And it's so slavish. Like everything about this bitch is slavey. Ain't no freedom. Ain't no empowerment. Everybody else's flag starts as an origin story. Every hero and every villain got an origin story. Your origin story is slave. Everything about you is slave. Niggas love slavery. Shout out to slavery. Niggas love slavery.
Hey y'all, masters are coming. He's a coming, y'all. Masters are coming. Here we go. Look, guys. Yes.
So then they commissioned Laura Jean Graff, another Semite, to design the flag. The reason I want to show you this is, number one, this is a hidden page, by the way. You know, for those who ever created a website, every page on your website isn't on for display. So this isn't one of the things that she's the proudest of. That's crazy, right? Her most known work she ain't proud of. I want to go to her. Show you, she's an artiste. This is the type of art that she makes. She makes art that kind of reminds me of and no disrespect, no hate, no shade, right? I got to click back every time because there's no button for this. You'll never get back to this. If you look up here, you don't even see anything that says flags, like design flag. It's not no design. Let's click design. She makes what was my dude name, bro? The one that used to be on PBS that always painted the mountains. Like he was a white dude, but he had an afro. Damn, they did a Boondocks episode about him and everything. Anyway, kind of remind me of him. She does that type of work. Maybe it is on flags. Let me click this. Oh, she did that. Shout out to her. She did claim it. Shout out to that. But she's an artiste. For her, this was just a project. And it's not even the type of project that she does. Right? They just needed an official name. Because none of her, in comparison to this, it's not the same, right? None of her artwork, I don't know. That's event materials. Infographics, logos. Let's see her logos. Most of her logos take a little bit of work. She got some nice shit, though. Shout out to her. Shout out to her, man. I'm pretty sure she on Fiverr right now making a killing, baby. I'm pretty sure. But none of her works really dictate that type of energy. Like, she is not a freedom fighter by any stretch of the imagination. She's just a liberal. She's a liberal that probably has a degree in historical art or sculpture or water polo. I don't know. And she draws, right? Nothing wrong with that. She's an artiste. She's not. And she's also an owner of the logo. She is co-creator. She and those other 3 Semites. So 4 Semites and a Negra. 5 people have to split the pie 5 ways. And I guarantee you that Boston Ben is getting the short end of the stick, right? I'm pretty sure that his cut is kind of like that McDonald's cut. For those who don't know, like Ray Kroc owned McDonald's. So the McDonald's brothers get 2% of the McDonald's corporation, but Ray Kroc owned it. I'm thinking Boston Ben probably got a deal like that. He gets some type of royalty, but they ain't really his. They just needed a face. Hey, play the Morgan Freeman interview with the Semite. Hey, you know what? It is that type of strain. I got you. I'm gonna run through this real quick. The weirdest thing about this is, for those people who don't know, did y'all know that 2 Chainz, formerly known as Titty Boy, do y'all know that he owns Christmas? Shout out to Titty Boy for owning Christmas. 2 Chainz looked it up and found out that nobody owns Santa Claus, so 2 Chainz owns Santa Claus. That's dope. Same thing with this. Trademarking Juneteenth. Biden fucked up the church's money. So because Biden made it a federal holiday, you can't get paid off of the Juneteenth logo. And you can't get paid off the image and likeness. It's like getting paid off. Like, you can get paid if you create flags or you print. But that's a print job. We're talking about you don't get residual money anytime people use the Juneteenth logo. It is now what they call it, not eminent domain. Is it eminent domain? Public domain. It's now a public domain logo. And Juneteenth is a public domain word, which is why I wanted to show you guys that, because we got to go back to where men at. Why after 2000, after the addition of the text June 9th, here you go. After the addition of the text June 19th, 1865, he copyrighted it. He can't, apparently, you're trying to tell me he created the logo, but he can't trademark or copyright his own logo? Is that what you're trying to tell me? You're telling me he owns it. He designed it, but he can't. He designed it, but he can't own it. He designed it, but he can't make it proprietary. That motherfucker didn't design shit, bro. Can't make me believe. Nigga, I know how business work, bro. When we do this no-show organic shit, I own a no-show logo. Dirty Folks is trademark. I own a Dirty Folks name. The fucking formula we use, no matter how common it is, if you put any variation, you can patent the Dirty Folks football soap, so nobody else can use the exact same dimensions that you can own the shit you make. If you manufacture or design it, you can own it. This is fucking America. He couldn't take ownership of it unless, let me show you the difference. Show you the difference. This is the Juneteenth image and likeness, right? Let me show you something else. Hold on. He doesn't own that. But because they gave him credit, that's the only thing I could really think is they gave him credit. Since they gave him credit for the Juneteenth flag, he can own this. You see the difference? Or not really? See the difference? Not really. You know what I mean? This, he doesn't own. He literally owns June 19th, 1865. He owns the trademark for this, or the copyright for this. He doesn't own the copyright for the actual image. That's public domain. Nigga, that shit crazy, bro.
Hell no. To the no, no, no.
That shit crazy. So, not only can he not trademark the logo, he can't trademark the name Juneteenth. He said it doesn't own it. Honestly, bro, I damn near think Jesse Jackson owned that motherfucker. Because as I said, or if I didn't say it, when they had that parade in 1968, the Poor People Parade, all of them had buttons that said Juneteenth. So that's where the name Juneteenth came from. On June of 1968. Not to be heard of before then. Before then, it was a date. Like this was the day that the slaves were free. June 19th. Blah, blah, blah. The catchphrase Juneteenth is a Jesse Jackson first. Jesse Jackson, the second rapper. You got to shout out to Rudy Ray Moore. Rudy Ray Moore. Dolomite was the first rapper, but Jesse Jackson was the second rapper. Up with hope, down with dope. I am somebody ass nigga. There was no Juneteenth until Jesse said it. 1968. It wasn't a thing. So freeing the slaves was a thing, but Juneteenth as a word wasn't a thing. So, you can't trademark the name Juneteenth. You can't trademark the logo for Juneteenth unless you put the date on it. And the only 6, I'll read it out. Currently, there are 41 live Juneteenth trademark applications filed in the U.S. Only 6 trademarks are officially registered. And these are the 6. Financial Juneteenth, Jewnteenth Strawberry Soda, Jewnteenth Apparel, Jewnteenth Freedom Festival, Jewnteenth 365. Once again, you have to add something after the Juneteenth in order to trademark it. In his particular case, in Boston Ben's case, he didn't even trademark Juneteenth. He just trademarked a logo that said June 19th, 1865. This is the niggas don't own their own history. So if you had to ask, who do you think owns Jewnteenth Strawberry Soda? Who do you think owns Financial Juneteenth? Or Jewnteenth Apparel? Because even if black people own Jewnteenth Apparel, they don't manufacture the apparel. Niggas just get somebody to screen print t-shirts and call themselves a fucking fashion line. They don't actually do the designs and cut the material and sew it and all that. So I'm not doubting that Jewnteenth Apparel wasn't trademarked by a black person, but do they really get paid for it? On the resale side, maybe. They can't wholesale it like that. And I've never seen a Jewnteenth Apparel t-shirt. I ain't gonna lie to you. Anyway. It's important to note that registered Juneteenth trademarks above do not solely contain the word Juneteenth, but other words in addition to Juneteenth. Right? So there are no companies that can be called Juneteenth. You can't monetize Juneteenth. So even your day of not being a slave anymore, nigga, you still can't get paid off that shit, my nigga. Like, you came out of slavery not getting no money, and goddamn it, man, everything about you being a slave can't get you no money, nigga. But that's okay, because you want to be a slave. You don't want money, nigga. Money is for free men. You know, everything about it is slavery. And, you know, slaves ain't supposed to get paid. That's why they slaves. I mean, they get slave wages, but, you know, minimum wage, slave wage, same shit. I want to give you an example of a flag that means something. There's a lot of them. The American flag means something. The stars for every state. The stripes for the 13 original colonies. The blue means something. All that, right? The white for the people. Don't worry about that part. Don't worry about that part. The white stripes for the people. The red stripes for the blood. You know what I mean? Blue for the sea, the shining sea, manifest destiny. The American flag means something. Every single part of it. And it means something different. Every element of that shit don't say slave, nigga. Triple fat slave shit. Quadruple slave. The blood of the slaves. Because they was lynching us. Like, every fucking thing. I don't want to be represented by nigger shit. Like, why would y'all do that? Why would y'all let these Semites make y'all permanent fucking under third, fourth class citizens? That's crazy. Because y'all women want to be slaves? Because bitches want to be slaves and you love these bitches, you want to be a slave too? They already took you away from the number 2 slot. It was white men, then black men. Remember, black men could get a job and vote before white women could. It was white men, then black men. Number 2. Now y'all niggas behind Mexicans, Venezuelans, fucking illegal aliens, black bitches, white bitches. Like, y'all like number 7 on the totem pole right now. Because you listen to a bitch. Any nigga that listen to a bitch deserves whatever the fuck they get. Stand on that shit. Where the fuck is my button? I don't know what button it is. I'ma find it.
If it's a lie, then we fight on that lie. But we gotta fight.
They gave you a lie and gave your boomers and your bitches a couple of dollars to fight on that lie. To integrate that your lie. To tell your kids it's 31 different genders like it's ice cream. To not teach your kids how to read and take constitution exams out of 8th grade. Even though they're American, they don't want motherfuckers to know their own constitutional rights. Yo bitches, black people are fighting on a lie that nobody else has to believe. That's why nobody else is pressed. Black people are way more pressed about racism than any other group. White people don't care. White people don't care about racism nearly as much because they don't have that complex. The only people that have an inferiority complex are the trailer park white people who just want to be like, well, at least I'm better than the richest nigga because I'm white. Black people as a group have an inferiority complex to the point that even when you see yours succeed, you get mad at them for succeeding. They got you fighting on that lie. Y'all niggas nuts. Anyway, I'm gonna show you an example of a good logo, a good flag. That everything means something. Right? Tree represents the father, right? Because you don't come from your mother, you come from your father. You know a fruit by its seed. You don't know a fruit by its dirt. Girls are dirt. Once again, they fighting on that lie, right? I'm a mama's baby, daddy's maybe. That's the lie. Motherland is a lie. That's why Russia laughs at America like we got the fatherland. America's the motherland. They really calling us bitches. You know what I mean? So, anyway, the tree represents the father. The father represents protection, seed bearer, provider of materials needed for life, center of existence, which is part of the circle, right? Circle. All things orbit the father. The father, nigga. The circle plus the 8 points. The sun represents the sons. The 8 sons. You know, don't worry about that. That's a whole different thing. That's a biblical thing. The red for valor, right? Valor meaning merit, value, or worth. The blue represents vigilance. Excuse me. These are things you can Google, by the way. Go look for the meaning of red, the meaning of blue. Like in a historical context. And all these things come up, right? The white means illumination, right? Intelligence, awareness, clarity. That's what white means, right? To illuminate the darkness, right? Excuse me. The brown sash and border. The brown sash represents the people that intersect with the American based on the friendship treaty with the original colonists and national tribal pride. All these things mean something. It's a cool little flag, but all these things mean something. If you had to test a kid and they say, man, why are you proud of this flag? Man, I'm proud of this flag because this is the flag of the people that's been here since it started, right? Because your representation and apparently your beer is supposed to represent who you are, right? If your shit represents slavery, you're a slave ass nigga. Who the fuck want to be reminded they a slave ass nigga every fucking year? Everybody else got independence flags, right? Mexican Independence Day, Puerto Rican Independence Day, French Revolution Day, because they always revolting. So every goddamn 6 years a new Independence Day for the French, right? Everybody else celebrates their independence. Niggas celebrate their slavery. Y'all don't think that's strange? Let me see, bro. I don't even know what the rest of this shit is. I don't know. I'm looking. Why do I got all these extra things? You know what? I'm gonna look for it for you, bro. I'm gonna come right back, man. Support the channel, man. I'm gonna come right back and I'm gonna look for this Morgan Freeman thing. Hold on, man.
Dirty Folks needs your support. Please donate to the Daycare Fund.
Do you have some change?
And this is Matthew, according to our man, Miami Man, Matthew 6:24-33. No woman can serve two masters. For either she will hate the one and love the other, or she will devote to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and mammon, which is money, possessions, fame, status, or whatever is valued more than the Lord. But if she has a boss that she prioritizes over you as a man and she calls you insecure for it, thus you will find that she cannot serve two masters. She will also, this is the problem with the career-oriented woman that they never see coming. They will say, well, honey, we had plans this weekend, but my boss wants me to go to this seminar. My boss wants me to go on vacation, take the family here. My boss wants me to do this. My boss wants me to come into work. Now, the problem is she calls her boss, her employer boss, the boss, meaning that person presides over the husband. And that's not going to work long term. It can work for a short period of time, but she cannot serve two masters. And many times she'll use the boss as an excuse. Well, I can't say no to my boss, but you can say no to your husband. Well, you ain't my boss. Well, who am I? You're my partner. See, this is it. Once you unpack it, you want to unpack it before you get into the relationship, because unpacking it in the relationship is not going to work. Okay? It's not going to work, guys. You're going to end up with the short end of the stick.
You know what, real quick. So I was actually looking for the Morgan Freeman clip, and this was a clip I didn't show y'all earlier. Generally speaking, this was the sentiment during the 1960s and 70s, right? Black control of black communities, but blacks didn't want control, right? There was a very, well, the powers that be didn't want black people to be in control. There was a initial original push for males to be seen as men. I'm trying to find it. I just saw it on accident, actually. It was crazy. I'm about to find the Morgan Freeman part. But this was the what they call them, the mule protest. It was all the people that went to that 1968. This is how they got there. This is how them Southern niggas got there, though, bro. Shout out to them, man. Them niggas hopped on mules with wagons to make it to the 1968 march we was talking about earlier. I was trying to see. I was looking for something in particular, but I don't see it. You got to be around here. This is when you start seeing people like Huey P. Newton, and I was trying to see who else they had up there. I'm assuming this young lady right here must be somebody because they keep showing her. But anyway, back to the Morgan Freeman part. So, because I haven't seen what you're talking about, bro. Morgan Freeman against the Semite. Man, if I want to have a panel, y'all don't really be supporting me for a panel. But let me see. Let me see. I got way too many tabs open. Hold on, let me clear some of these tabs out. We froze for a minute, y'all. We froze. Hold on. I'll be right back.
See, I fucked him up. I got this nigga. He alright. You know something.
All right. I think we found it. Hey, no matter what Morgan Freeman does, man, either he's looking like a person that, like that cool uncle or cool granddad, like 20% of the time he look like he'll give you a hug, you know what I mean? But the other 80% of the time, he always got that, you got me fucked up look, nigga. Like, he all look like, nigga, what's wrong with you? Like, nigga, you got me fucked up. All the time. Shout out to Morgan Freeman, man, for mastering the, you got me fucked up. All right. Wait a minute. That's on me. My bad.
Black History Month you find
ridiculous. Why? You're going to relegate my history to a month?
Oh, come on.
What do you do with yours? Which month is White History Month? Well, come on, tell me.
Well, I'm Jewish.
Okay, which month is Jewish History Month?
There isn't one.
Oh, why not?
Yeah.
Do you want one?
No.
I don't either. I don't want a Black History Month. Black history is American history.
How are we going to get rid of racism?
Stop talking about it. I'm going to stop calling you a white man.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask you to stop calling me a black man.
Yo, shout out, man. Look, shout out to OG Morgan Freeman, man. Morgan Freeman, he'll support Tribe. It's a lot of people. There are a lot of people, man, of all ethnic groups that will support the tribal rebrand. We just need enough men to abandon black women and start from scratch. That's really the only thing. It's not about the ideology. People are cool with the ideology. They just don't want to abandon their breeders because they give their breeders titles like mother, aunt, sister. She a motherfucking breeder, my nigga. You keep giving your breeder qualities that will make them endearing. Titles. You give them titles. And the problem with giving a toddler a title is now you uphold them to a title that they don't give a fuck about. They don't give a fuck about that mama shit. They dropped the baby off at grandma's house. They don't give a fuck about that girlfriend shit. Because it's only girlfriend when it's applicable, when it's treating them well. They don't give a fuck about that sister shit. Nobody gets you killed quicker than your mom, your sister, and your cousins. All that, I ain't fighting over no girl. Y'all will fight over a girl because you gave her a title. That's my mama though. She ain't no regular girl. That's my mama. Your mama is your daddy baby mama. Your mama ain't shit to your daddy the same way these bitches ain't shit to you. You giving these bitches a title and then you're respecting them based on their title when they're really just breeders. You have to get rid of the whole ideology of that they're quote unquote your women. Your mama is your daddy baby mama. She was somebody who got nutted in. Whether your dad married her or not is inconsequential to the fact he nutted in her. That was his fun toy. You gotta let that shit go in order to start fresh. If you cannot abandon that, you'll be forever rebranding and go from number 7. You started out number 2 100 years ago. Now you number 7. China by this bitch, or it's too many fucking Central Americans. You'll go down to number 9, nigga. Black women gonna be number 1 and number 2 because they need black women to keep you from being a man and to teach white women how to enslave their man so communism can rule. These bitches are the option every fucking way you can chop it up. Your mama take up for your baby mama above you, your sister above you. Nigga, these bitches are the ops and open air ops, nigga. And you like, I don't know what type of girls, Look. Anyway. Everybody support us. Once we stop supporting the Keishas, everybody will support black men. Nobody gives a fuck about Keisha except corporations. Because corporations have tax incentives for instance, for Goldman Sachs to give black women $10 billion. That's a tax incentive. For what's his name? Dude that put $500 million into Black Lives Matter. They have a corporate financial incentive to let black women fuck up everything they touch. The average everyday person don't give a fuck about Keisha. Keisha only gets her money from the American public by using you, nigga. They need a black man as the front so black women can steal the money. Black Lives Matter, the Civil Rights Movement, which was a feminist movement, and it's always the face of, I don't know if y'all noticed it, it's always the face of a little black boy when they need to get money for at-risk youth or child programs. They might show every once in a while, they show a girl in pigtails, but they'll throw some black boys need shit and put other races of boys on that motherfucker. It'll be a black boy, a Chinese boy, a white boy, another black boy, and then a black girl somewhere in the back smiling like she playing double the top. Black man is the brand. You don't own your brand. Like you don't own your fucking Juneteenth flag. Anyway, that's all I gotta say about that. I appreciate everybody that slid through, man. Make sure I ain't miss nobody. I don't miss nobody. Man, love your brothers as you love yourself. Feed the pack. Try a buck.
Welcome to the Daycare. Welcome to the Daycare. Welcome to the Daycare. Welcome to the Daycare. Stay away from cities with dyke mayors. They spray the pipes major. Don't play with your life, player. Or shake the dice, player. But if you got a quota, then stay away from towners. These bitches are fight promoters. Welcome to the Daycare. Welcome to the Daycare. Welcome to the Daycare. Welcome to the Daycare. Train your toddler. Please train your toddler. Women's timeouts. Take her allowance. Cause on special she will destroy your life if you allow it. Fucking I'm tired of rapping. Yo, low. Bring in the choir. Welcome to the Daycare. Welcome to the Daycare. Welcome to the Daycare. Welcome to the Daycare.
Niggas need to stop giving these bitches all the attention. That's why niggas is dying now. When these hoes get horny, niggas die. Hoes get horny, niggas die. Watch, every die. We gotta start saying fuck these bitches, man. If you fucking with a cool female, that's all good. But if you fucking with a bitch